the show, so get rocking up.
So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Doing good. He's talking about here ZAHA, EZE or GREALISH. It's a tough one. You got two Crystal Palace. This is from Boona. Two Crystal Palace players in there. Jay, who do you prefer? This is a kind of a tough one. All three we've talked about so far on the stream.
Yeah.
So ZAHA, EZE or GREALISH. What do you feel if you were in Boona's position right now? Who would you bring in on a transfer in?
Trying to, I guess, being a Palace fan, there's a lot of bias going into ZAHA and EZE, because I just love bringing Palace players in because I find it a lot of fun. But then, as I said, our fixtures are really good. So for me, it's out of the three between ZAHA and GREALISH, just because EZE still hasn't shown that level of consistency that ZAHA and GREALISH kind of have shown for periods throughout the season. And then, yeah, I mean, it's whether you want kind of it's the age-old discussion of form over fixtures. ZAHA's got the fixtures, but GREALISH most definitely has the form. So it's a very tough decision.
Because Villa are looking like they're looking a lot better than they did last season. I mean, last season they were sloppy, but they got better players around them to help support like GREALISH, and I feel GREALISH is the better pick. I think he's going to be a safer pick. I'm not saying Crystal Palace players are bad. I feel, like we talked about, I like EZE. I really do like him, but I feel at the moment GREALISH is safer. I feel he's the workhorse in that team, and he really pushes that team, really gets them going. So I think GREALISH, Boona, I would say GREALISH, mate, because I'm probably considering getting him in myself.
I think that's a good way of putting it, saying like he definitely is the safer pick out of the way he's been playing.
So Crystal Palace, you were just talking about Crystal Palace. I mean, they've got Newcastle next, they got Leeds, they got Burnley, Brighton, Fulham. I think there's been one or two people that I know been talking about Wilfried ZAHA. You know, obviously being the best for Crystal Palace. You know, he's going to get the returns. Yeah. But I think EZE, as we were talking about, Jay, a while back, the other week, he's a nice differential too. I think he's scored the winner against Wolves.
Yeah, he scored though. He scored. It was a really nice he took it really nicely as well. Yeah, he just thumped it past Patricio, and is definitely sort of looking a much better player playing in that central position. It looks like he's going to get a lot more attempts on goal. It's kind of how he basically scored that goal against Wolves. So yeah, I really like him, especially if you're looking. He's quite a bit cheaper as well. I think he's like 5.8, whereas ZAHA's sort of 7.2.
Yeah, it's like what I was talking about with GREALISH and Barkley, because Barkley's quite a bit cheaper than GREALISH, and I was talking about him last night, and I was thinking, you know, we don't really need to go for the likes of like GREALISH or ZAHA, who are like 7 million or something. We go for the teammate who's, you know, they seem to be making an impact as well. But because if you want to go for that differential and save money too, so instead of going GREALISH, go Barkley. Instead of ZAHA, go for EZE. You know, as long as they look like they're getting the returns and stuff. I don't know what your thoughts are on Barkley. You know, Barkley over GREALISH. I was talking about him last night. What do you think of Barkley? Because he scored, wasn't it, against Southampton, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I really like Barkley, and sort of in my planning for the weeks ahead, I'm actually debating having both, because I know I'm going to want Kane or Vardy up front at some point when they come back. So I drop Rashford down, and Barkley looks like a fantastic option. Out of the two, I personally still I really like GREALISH, but I think if you're looking for a bit more of an enabler, Barkley's probably the one. I think GREALISH is just a little bit more consistent with the returns. But as we saw at the weekend, you know, Barkley can always pop up and do something. But from watching Villa, I think he tends to get the pass to the assist, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I've just brought it on the screen now, so it should pop up on the screen in about 10 seconds. So I showed this last night. It's a little diagram on SofaScore. And you can see,
that's neat.
Yeah, so Jack Grealish versus Ross Barkley, and Jack being green and Ross being blue. And I was talking about, you know, Jack just edges it, but Ross isn't too far behind, you know, on attacking and creativity. And, you know, I would be tempted, because how much is Ross? Is he about, how much is he?
I think he's 5 something.
Have a check. I think he's
5'9".
Let me have a look. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, 5'9". He's 5'9", and he and he's only owned by 0.8% too. That low. he looks a nice one because if you look at the returns, I mean, is he doing much at the minute? He missed quite a big chunk of games from game week 12.
He's been out for quite a while, hasn't he?
And he's still got all right stats. 3 goals and 1 assist. And I feel, if you want to go for someone cheaper, if you can't get Grealish in your team, or if you just want to go for that cheeky differential, go for Mr. Ross Barkley. I think he's one to go for. And
the thing I quite like about Villa as well. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Is that the midfielders are all they're padded a little bit with the clean sheets as well.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't get a return, he's going to get a 3-pointer in most weeks, which it adds up, sort of thing.
I heard you mention about PVA, man. You piqued my interest. You made me come and join and ask you about PVA. Crystal Palace, man. Talk to me about Crystal Palace, because I am so tempted by ZAHA and EZE.
The fixtures. I mean, I'd always lean towards ZAHA in terms of out of those two, because he just seems to be the one getting the returns. Although EZE is now playing centrally, and ZAHA is playing out left. So
his shots in the box and penalty area touches ZAHA's are far superior, though. Yeah.
What just in terms of generally, or because it's only been
the last 4 games.
Yeah.
ZAHA's had 12 attempts, 11 in the box, and EZE's had 4 and 3 in the box.
Yeah, because it was only in the Wolves game. It's when he did Hodgson did a bit of a change up. So he played EZE in sort of a cam in a 4-2-3-1, and he put ZAHA out wide. But I still think I'd always lean towards ZAHA at the 2, just because he's the one who generally seems to get the returns.
Yeah,
just pop up. But yeah, our fixtures look pretty good.
I've got such a decision to make whether to go boring with Grealish or get ZAHA.
I've got Grealish in my team, and I'm very happy with owning him, just because he's just balling out. But the fixtures for Palace I want ZAHA. I really, really do.
Yeah, trust me.
Party like Friday. I'ma take this day, turn it to my day. Oh, she love me, sipping bubbly.